Okay. Ah! Ah! Oh my gosh, that hurt so bad. Now I hate that term, you gotta pay to play, but I guess it's true, you know? Before I tell you about my accident, accident. Let me give you a little bit of a background. I'm Alicia, I'm living in my truck camper, and I decided to get an e-bike to get around town. I've had so much fun on this e-bike. It looks cool, it goes fast, you've got rock star parking, it's all-wheel drive. There's not too many e-bike regulations yet. It's sketch too. So today I've got 3 stories to tell, and fair warning, the first one's bad, the second one could have been bad, and the third one hurt. I want to take you guys to the scene of the crime on my e-bike. So this corner right here is accident number 1. When someone goes around this corner, it gets kind of blind. Okay, do you see how it's like a little sharp here? Now this was weeks ago, but do you see those tire marks that are digging in right there? This was like actually a while ago, but do you see those tire marks? Right there and right there. So what happened was I'm coming this way on my e-bike, and this teenage boy in this beat up pickup truck with a little trailer attached to it is flying around the corner. We nearly head-on collide. He pushes on brakes and slides into this dirt, and I put on brakes and fall to the side, and he almost runs over my head. It was life moved in slow motion. It was so scary. I almost got ran over that day. And I don't think you can tell a teenage boy that just because it's a dirt road doesn't mean that you can't fly, but bye. You should always be like extra cautious around corners because you never know what the car is gonna be doing. And so even if you're going pretty slow, it's still like, I'm always just like crawling because I'm so scared of corners now. So my life like started going in slow motion. I was so terrified. He came inches to running over my head. And I was wearing this helmet, which is good, but you can't predict people whipping around corners, especially on dirt roads when people think no one's there. But actually, this is a very, very busy road with bicyclists. He was just being a teenage boy having fun, and it almost cost me my life. Okay, this is where the second accident happened. At this roundabout, I'm coming on this bike road. So I'm coming and I'm trying to turn left. I'd already looked behind me, and then this dude like flies out of the roundabout and tries to pass me while I'm trying to turn left, and I almost run into his car. And so what I learned there was always go to a complete stop, because you never know who might be coming like fast behind you and they're about to pass you. If you can just go slow, pretty much a lot of these things can be like mitigated, but you got a fast e-bike for a reason, huh? Let's go to my recent accident number 3, where I've got my recent road rash. I'll show you that one. Roundabouts are like so sketch, but here's where I was coming up at. Here's the scene of the crime right here. So after a big storm, all these pine needles had completely covered the road. I'm having kind of a boring day, and so I'm going fast, having fun on my e-bike, taking all these turns, and I didn't think much of these pine needles. When the pine needles covered the road, my tires couldn't get any traction, and when I kind of went to turn, my front tire totally went out in front of me, and I fell on my side, and you can see that my handlebar, I think you can see the scrapes from my handlebars. I fell on my hip, and I was wearing jean shorts and flip-flops because I was ignorant, and I just slid on the concrete and completely tore the skin off my leg, and I've been laying on the couch ever since. I've been laying on the couch for a week thanks to these pine needles, and because I just haven't understood yet like how much traction my tires need and how slow. Just because your bike can go 35 miles per hour does not mean that you should be going 35 miles an hour, and you always should be going slower on turns. Some of us gotta learn the hard way. I've heard of a lot worse e-bike injuries, and I just don't know that people really know the extent of how e-bike injuries are kind of, I feel like they're more intense than bicycle injuries because you're going faster. But the problem with like the intensive road rash I had was that you're on a bicycle and you want movement, you want to be able to pedal and stuff. So I don't think that you should be having motorcycle gear, but you're going really fast and the injuries could be really intense. Like my road rash has put me out for a week. It'll probably take another week to 2 weeks to heal, and it looked really bad and it was really painful when it happened. I had a panic attack. It was painful. Like the whole process of this injury's been painful. It burned. I couldn't sleep that night. Like it's been hurting every single day since. It hurts right now. Sometimes these things can't be prevented, but now I at least wear shoes, which I don't know why I was wearing flip-flops, but I am wearing a dress today. I'm still not totally convinced that I need to be wearing armor every time I go out on this e-bike. What are your thoughts? Have you had a bad injury on your e-bike? Do you think they're sketch and dangerous? Let me know in the comments below. And I mean, I kind of considered, I was like, should I sell this thing? Like, is it too dangerous? But I think that I need to be going slower than I'm going. And I think that I need to be more cognizant of when the tires lose traction, when they get wet. And I'm definitely not gonna be zooming around as much on this thing. I'm just gonna be riding it cautiously for a little while, especially right now that I'm injured. I don't even want to pedal. I don't want to like use that leg. But that's my e-bike crash story. About this many pine needles, like the whole thing was covered. Your tires can't get any traction on these pine needles when there's that many of them. This thing will take your front tire out so quick. Check it out. It's Mount Bachelor back there. So cool. Making a video about all my e-bike accidents.